Welcome to the Infinite Voices Carry On podcast, a podcast that focuses on the inclusion of people living with all disabilities, whether visible or invisible, and our loved ones, providing everyone with a voice. Please welcome your host, Lisandra Rivera.
This is your host, Lisandra Rivera, and you might know me also through Facebook as S1E1. In this first edition, I just have a simple question for my disabled community. How do you see yourself as a disabled person? How do you deal with your disability on a daily basis? How does your disability impact you in all aspects? Emotionally, physically, mentally? Are you able to communicate your feelings when you need to? Are you able to deal with those hard days when they come? Are you able to deal with the fear that your disability could bring you sometimes? As well as, how do you deal with the happy days? And how do you share them with the world? I want Infinity Voices to carry on to be your bridge of communication between that world that sometimes might make you feel that you're not understood, and you. I, as your host, want to be the voice that helps you carry on your feelings, no matter what they are. I have always dreamed to have a platform where I could help disabled people, and it's finally coming to fruition. But I need you, as my listener, to help me make this platform your home, your voice, your ears, your eyes, your laughter, your sadness, no matter what you want to communicate. I want this platform to be your safe place. And I, as a disabled person myself, who was born with cerebral palsy, wants to help you thrive, help you communicate, help you deal with the daily basis complications of having a disability, or not, as the case may be. But I want my show, which is your show, to be that microphone, that door, that bridge, that help us finally express ourselves to the rest of the world. A world that sometimes, for one reason or the other, is not able to understand us, is not able to quite listen to us, is not able to even acknowledge us at a certain point. But we're here, and we're here to not only stay, but be part of a world that I feel still has a lot of work to do when it comes to our community, the disabled community. So many other communities have been able to break barriers, stereotypes, judgments, etc., etc., etc. But I feel that the disabled community is still stuck. And I think it has a lot to do with because the world sees a wheelchair and it automatically shuts us down to, because they're in a wheelchair they can't understand, because they have a physical or mental challenge, then they shouldn't be heard. I want to break with all of that. I have a great staff behind me. One of those people is Mr. Kevin Michael Hatch, who also has CP as myself, but who has a brilliant career before he came to work in the podcast with me. The second person is Justin Giancapola, who also has a brilliant career as a web designer. Without them, I couldn't have this podcast today. The mission that I have as your host, and that they have as your producers, is very simple. We want this podcast to be your platform. I want to use my voice and use my platform and the opportunity that my voice is giving me to break all those barriers down and finally be able to slowly start changing the image of a disabled person, no matter what your disability is. Because, by the way, there's all kinds of disabilities. Some disabilities you don't see, others you do. But allow me the gift of helping you to continue walking this walk that sometimes I know very well can be very hard for a lot of us. So let me know what you want to hear. Give me topics. Give me concerns. Tell me where you want me to take our show, our home, our platform. I want to help you make the world understand that we're more than a wheelchair, a walker, a crutch, a communicating device, a hearing aid, whatever it is that helps you communicate with this world or walk around in this world. Help me help you make this platform, this podcast, your place to come and almost sit down and talk to a friend and share your worries with her and know that she's gonna understand you and try to convey your message with the most respect possible, with the most dignity possible, with a lot of love, with a lot of caring, with a lot of understanding. Let me be your wings so you could fly. And let you, my listener, be my wings as well, so I could fly as well. When we unite, that's where we find the strength to keep walking. And that's what I want my podcast, your podcast, Infinity Voices, carrying on to do for our community. Even when my voice and the voice of Kevin and Justin are no longer here, we want, hopefully, some of our family members to carry on with this podcast for you, to carry on with the legacy that the three of us want to live for other disabled peoples to follow. It's very important to us that even when Summer Moon, your host, Kevin Michael Hatch, your producer and director of the show, and Justin John Capola, the web designer, along also with Kevin, want to live for you when we're no longer here. This is your house. This is your voice. This is your platform. And hopefully, some of our family members, once we're no longer here, will carry with our mission. A mission of uniting, supporting, and loving the disabled community. And like I said, there's disabilities that you don't see, that you don't hear. That's why they change a little bit of the name, because we want to be inclusive to those people whose disability is not visible. But like I said, Infinity Voices Carry On. It's still going to be part of this mission. And who knows if my team and myself decide to leave it somewhere as part of your platform. And now, like I always say, until next time, and have a good night. I love you all, and God bless you.